every commonwealthy buddy! Well, for 5 years my channel has waited for this day, and it has finally arrived. It's the release of Fallout 4. And of course, as you might guess, I'm going to be doing an entire walkthrough of the entire game from end to end, every square inch of the wasteland. It begins right now. Let's start by taking a look at the settings that I chose originally, just to get the game fired up. You can see that my GTX 980 card was detected, and I've set the quality to Ultra settings. And now I'm going to show you some more of the graphics options I'm choosing to support that. First of all, this is the most important. This entire walkthrough is going to happen at full 4K resolution. Look at that, 3840 by 2160. There's our 4K resolution. Now, because I'm recording in 4K resolution, I'm turning off anti-aliasing. We simply don't need it. You would never see the anti-aliasing anyway in a YouTube video, even at 4K. I'm keeping an isotropic filtering at 16, just because it makes the textures look better at any resolution. You can see that it automatically set all this stuff to Ultra, which is exactly what I wanted. Now, in addition, now this is interesting, the depth of field, we might have to turn that down to low. I might not be able to get 60 frames with that bokeh activated. All right, and then there's one more tab. There's a view distance, and the view distance is probably the max for everything, yeah. So these are the settings that you can choose in the launcher. But of course, since I'm using an NVIDIA graphics card, if you go into the control panel, there's many more settings you can choose. All right, so you go into the Manage 3D settings, and I had to select the Fallout 4.exe, the exe, which is the executable. Anything you change in the executable will also change in the launcher, so you only have to change one of them, and it's best to change the executable, the main game right here. All right, so I've left ambient occlusion off. It says it's not supported, but of course it is. They're just using their own ambient occlusion, that's all. Anisotropic filtering, yeah, I left it at 16. That's what it's using anyway. FXAA is off unless the application wants to use it. Gamma correction's on. Anti-aliasing mode, I let the application take care of it. Transparency, I'm going to leave it at 4 for now. I might have to drop it to 2. That's kind of a performance hog. A lot of these others, you know, you might be used to these if you like tweaking your graphics a lot. You know, I've essentially kept everything as high quality as possible. A lot of these texture filtering options have to be off so you don't lose any quality. See, the negative LOD bias has to be off, or what we call clamp. Texture filtering, I'm not going to put it on high quality, I'll leave it at quality. There's no noticeable difference at all. However, the trilinear optimization I turn off because when it's on, it kind of decreases the quality of the textures a bit. And really, besides that, that's all for the NVIDIA control panel. Now, let me pop into the game files themselves, and let me show you how similar they are to Skyrim and Fallout 3. Now, this is the main Steam folder. This is the install path of Fallout 4. See, it's usually a program files path, and then Steam, common, or Steam, then Steam apps, and then common, and now I've got a Fallout 4 directory. And if you take a look inside the directory, it's almost identical to the Skyrim structure and the Fallout 3 directory structure. So very little has changed. You know, you might see some new DLLs, like there's the Godray DLL. You know, they literally just plopped in a few new libraries, but left a lot of the engine running the same way. And even the ini files run almost the same way with almost the same settings. So we're going to go into that really quick. You know, usually find it in My Games inside your user folder. And then there they are. Exactly the same as before. There's a Fallout 4 ini and a Fallout 4 preps.ini. And we're not going to go through the ini files, but I'm just going to show you one particular setting that I might tweak later on. There's no guarantee that it's going to work, or it could lead to instability, so I'm not going to change it right now, but it's the U-grids to load. It increases the distant level of detail, and I might test that out later on, but not in these first few episodes. Well, anyway, enough yakking about the settings. Let's actually pop into the game. We have just a few settings to check out in there, but then we'll be able to start the game. Now, this is the splash screen. it then takes you to the start menu. Now, this start menu we're just going to spend a few minutes in, and then we're going to skip the big cinematic intro because I don't want to get a content match or a copyright strike, so that way we can pop right into the game. So you haven't really wasted any time in this game because I'm skipping the cinematic intro. You can look at that somewhere else. Okay, let's check out the main menu. As with any Bethesda game, there's usually a gameplay menu, which gives you a bunch of different difficulty settings. I'm dropping my look sensitivity down a little bit. For some reason, it detects mice as very sensitive again. And look at this. I'm going to be playing on survival mode. That's right. It's a very difficult mode to play. Your healing rate is very low. It takes a long time for rad away to take effect and all that jazz. Pip-Boy app enabled is on. I'm going to show you the Pip-Boy app later on, probably in episode 2. There's just nothing to show yet because we don't have one in the game yet. You don't really get it until you exit the vault. And we already knew that from the demo. Now let's take a look at the other settings. There are some controls, of course. I've left all of the controls the same way, except for the VATS system. For some reason, it binds the VATS to the Q key, and I didn't like the Q key, so I just switched it to V, like it normally was in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. And here's a few more random settings. There are a few new keys that we'll have to get used to. We're used to auto move. I'm actually, there's also sprint, which is a left shift. Yeah, here's some quick keys like the quick map, quick journal, and such. Now these display settings are really just kind of like the display gameplay. I changed my Pip-Boy to red. It's actually to preserve my night vision when I'm using my Pip-Boy at night. I think it also looks cooler than that ugly green glow that Pip-Boy gives out. I saw some of the gameplay, and it's an ugly green color that it casts on things at night. So, but for now, during the day, I'm going to keep it on green, and then at night I'll switch to red. It's kind of a cool way to alternate the color. And that also, by the way, changes the color of your Pip-Boy on your app. And if you change that color real time and look at your app, at your smartphone, you'll see the color change real time as you're changing the color. That's pretty neat too. I'm also dropping the master volume down to about 50. Developers love cranking their master volume up to the max, and they love cranking the music all the way up to the max too, because they're really proud of the music, but that's too much volume right now. All right, let's start the new game. Yes, I did test out the game for about an hour before I recorded, but we're starting anew. And we're skipping the cinematic trailer too.
War never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
All right. Let's do some nip-tuck. First of all, oh, that's easy. Oh, look, he's a bobblehead. Okay, let's fix his face up. First of all, you can cycle through some presets. Hey, I like that hairstyle. Might use it. These are just some presets to check out if you care to. Val Kilmer? No, that's who is that? No idea. Anyway, let's pick a prototype. Actually, face 1 is a good starting point. And now we're just gonna kind of fart around with him a bit. I'm going to fast forward in a few minutes, but I just want to show you how to change one feature of his face. Let's say the nose. That's pretty standard kind of thing you want to change. So you can give him a broken nose if you want. See? You can send it to the left, right, up, down. He's looking at it cross-eyed. All right. So you click actually cancel, and you click nose. You can scale it like this. See? I'm scaling it. can make it smaller. I can use a preset if I want. I can move it up, move it down. You just kind of have to take contextual clues to figure out how you can manipulate his face. So why don't we fast forward now? I'm going to go about 4 times regular speed, and you'll see how I select my character. Ready? So the character creation interface, it's a little confusing at first, but once you get used to it, you just have to kind of sculpt each individual part of your character's face if you want to. You don't have to. But in addition to that, you have to use the contextual clues down at the bottom. Like there are some keys that you can press to expand or contract the nose, or push the cheeky bones out, or make the guy slack-jawed, or shove the guy's jowls in. And once you get used to that, you just kind of pay attention to what your character looks like from all angles, so you're not stuck with the guy looking like he stepped out of a vat of radioactive goo, and then you'll be okay. And you can see my character coming together. In fact, I specifically made him look like a lot like this. He looks sort of like Dolph Lundgren, but not really. He actually looks like a cross between Dolph Lundgren and Ryan Phillippe. Hey, that was my crush last year. And by the way, I do apologize for not getting into the gameplay right away, but as we know, big Bethesda games usually have a very large intro that takes several videos to get through.
That's my handsome guy.
I know I am. Thanks. All right, so there's our character. Love him or hate him. And actually, the way I'm going to play the character, he's actually a closeted gay guy. He's got a wife, and he's got a baby. But he found out that she kind of cheats on him sometimes too, and he cheats on her, and they seem to be okay with it. They just never talk about it. So there's the backstory. What do you think of that? Ooh, sex and body too. Of course, he has to have a hot body. So let's don't make him too ridiculous. We don't want him to look like Arnold. There, just almost Arnold, but not quite. Halfway to a 3-way. Okay, so now we're going to change.
Hey, my turn, big guy.
And then we're just going to give her some kind of preset. I don't want to spend much time on her. Actually, that's a good idea right there. That's a great idea. That way, it's sort of like an interracial couple or like mixed couple. Well, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Actually, let's go with her. That sounds like fun. And then extras. Let's give her some kind of damage. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Center burn. Ooh. Yeah, there's her story. She has a right burn. Oh, man.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, you do? Okay. Right burn. Why doesn't it let me give her a burn? Huh. I tried to do it and it wouldn't do it. And I click it and then it doesn't take it. So I wonder what that's all about. It's almost like, oh, you have to apply it. Okay. I was pressing the wrong button. She's got a scar on her too. Man, there's some kind of there's some backstory there, isn't there? Almost as if.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's good. I like that. How he's not perfect. Okay, let's get out. One last thing. Face. The neck has to be. I don't want it to be quite so rough.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Good.
Muscular, actually. Dear. Oh, he looks like Dolph Lundgren. And I think that's enough. Let's stop farting around in here. Confirm character. Yeah, he's confirmed. All right. And there's the first video. Like I said, sorry we couldn't get into the action yet, but it'll happen soon enough, don't worry. This is a very detailed walkthrough, so it's going to go much slower than most other walkthroughs, and it's also in 4K ultra high quality resolution in 60 frames a second. So if you want a good quality walkthrough, you're in the right channel right now. Alright, so if you like this, you can subscribe to my channel and you'll get all these Fallout 4 videos in your inbox. I've always wanted to say that. That's so cool. And also, you'll get some mod series about new mods that are released for Fallout 4. I'll also be doing other random series that are related to Fallout 4. I also do Skyrim and The Witcher 3 and all sorts of other games too. Alright, we'll see you next time in Sanctuary Hills. Thanks for watching.